It's the 16th of February today. We're back doing some more bodyweight training core today. It was a bit annoying. I recorded my thoughts for this session already, but my mic unplugged after about 2 seconds, and I, gave my thoughts for 13 minutes after. So I'll be a bit more succinct this time, less umming and ahhing, hopefully. So look, today I was thinking about core. I was thinking about how when I was younger, especially a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, I used to be a core fiend. I used to be a core beast, and I would do core every single day. Sort of in comparison, in contrast to how I am with cardio now. I was, back in the day, I was a sprinter. Strictly 100 and 200 meter. Doing a lot of track work when I was in uni. Now, I'm more that, a little bit more endurance. I'm hitting 5 and 10k much more regularly. I'm preferring those longer runs. So it's just interesting how sort of training styles change over the years. So I was having these thoughts in my head today. And when if you've got an iPhone, you pop up on your iPhone and a memory comes up and as a notification, and it was a memory of, a photo that I took with my friend, probably in 2018. I was shredded. I was skinny. I was very skinny. I was probably about 63 kilos at the time. I'm about 73 kilos now. But I was shredded. I had, a six-pack for days, kind of thing. I looked actually more like a weird kind of 8-pack. But anyway. And I was just thinking back to that time where I didn't really have a gym membership. I'd moved out of home. I'd sort of canned my gym membership to save money because I was working 2 days a week at a nursing home, and I was at uni full time, and I was doing night shifts at the nursing home and then going to uni the next day, then coming home and sleeping. And I was pretty much broke, and I barely had enough money to put petrol in my car, kind of thing. So I didn't have a gym membership at the time. So what I was doing is I was doing a lot of bodyweight exercises and track work. I was doing a lot of sprinting and bodyweight exercise at the time, and a lot of that comprised of core work. I would do 40-minute, 50-minute, hour-long, core sessions every single day, because that's all I could do. And I was just absolutely shredded. And so I was looking at this picture and I'm going, wow, I'm, abs are barely visible these days, kind of thing, compared to what I was previously. So it got me thinking I need to probably start hitting core more. Not every single day, because I don't enjoy it as much as what I did back in the day. But it's something that has now almost become a little bit of a weakness, and I need to address it. And to keep myself well-rounded, I need to at least hit it twice a week. So that is what I'll be doing. I was looking at my ab roller in the corner of the room this evening, and I was like, I've got to hit that. I've got to do that this evening, and then I completely forgot about it and just did these core exercises instead. So I will be hitting that ab roller tomorrow, or as I call it, the death roller, because it just kills me in every sense, stretches my abs, and it just, it hurts. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. So I just did 4 exercises, working on sort of my obliques, and a little bit of probably intercostal work as I'm working up the chest, I would think, and then sort of my rectus, abdominal muscles, primarily. Probably a little bit of core stabilization with some of the plank variations, but that's probably about it. And I just noticed that I was super weak in these positions. Like normally doing this exercise here, back should be a lot straighter than what it is, and I had to round and compensate through my hip and my pelvis, my lower back, to get my legs up. When back in the day when my core was really strong, I could do that flat as, probably a little bit more flexible as well. Might have to think about stretching the hip flexors and stuff like that, so I can actually bring my legs through a little bit easier. So definitely notice I'm a lot weaker in those areas. But it also had me thinking as well, at that time a couple of years ago, I was, as I've mentioned before, I'm a like I was a cricket fiend. I used to. I was an all-rounder, so I'd bat, and I was opening batsman, and I was an opening bowler, left-arm swing bowler. If you understand cricket, and every day after school, I would be at the nets, bowling all the time. Because usually, you don't. Sometimes you have a mate that's there, and you can, swap one bats, one bowls, vice versa. But sometimes you don't. And a lot of the time, it was just me by myself down in the nets, working on this craft. And I used to have a fantastic core. If you're a cricket player and you're a fast bowler, and you're bowling properly, you're not using a lot of your shoulder or too much of your back. You should be engaging your core, anything sort of from your legs to your glutes, to your abs. If you're wanting to bowl quick, and if you want to have a lot of control, you need to have a lot of control over your core, which is something that I had, and I looked, like I said, I looked absolutely shredded and mad. So yeah, it just got me thinking about the muscle memory and the skill sets that I used to have when I used to play all these other sports. Like obviously, like I said, muscle memory is still there for all the abdominal exercises. It's just muscle strength is the other issue, and muscle endurance is the other issue there as well, which obviously I don't have enough of. But I was doing a lot of cricket and a lot of track and field at the time. Now, obviously, I'm doing a lot more longer distance running compared to my sprinting, and a lot more weights now, a lot more squat, deadlift, and bench, which is what I'm enjoying at the moment. I'm just looking back on, I played this sport, I played cricket for years, and I was quite good, and was at a representative level, but I was never that top echelon of guys. I just didn't get the game like some of the greater players or the more successful players do. I was always a little step behind. I was good, but I was not pro level. Not to say with hard work I couldn't have made it, but I just didn't. It didn't work out in the end. But now I have this skill set, this bowling and batting skill set, which I used to obviously use for competition and competing, for my team. And now I don't. I haven't played cricket in a couple of years. When I moved up here, I did try briefly. Didn't work out for a couple of reasons. And now I just sort of have this skill set that if I want to go down to the nets and have a bowl, I can. I've got a couple of mates. If they want to have a hit, that's fine. But the sort of competitive skill set has now become leisurely and for fun. And yeah, it's just really interesting. I don't know if you've had a hobby or a particular skill that you've developed over a period of time that now is not used in your life as much or has almost become irrelevant. But when you come back to that skill, you sort of have that muscle memory. Firing, ready to go, and you can pick it up like a drop of a hat. Like, if I'm bowling in the nets at someone, today it'll, take me 15 balls or something like that, and I'll be on. I'll have my radar on, and I'll be competitive and challenging. I don't know if it's like that for any other people, who've done various sports or crafts or whatever that they haven't done in a long period of time, if that muscle memory is still there. But it makes me think about where I am now and how, back in the day I was more shredded and quicker, and now I've got much better cardio, and I'm stronger. I'm definitely stronger, and I'm heavier as well. Like, as I grow, I'm still, I'm 24 at the moment. So even the last 5-6 years, I've gone from being like 63, 65 kilos, now I'm about 73, 74 kilos. So it's been a slow progression of putting on weight and putting on strength, as I've sort of discovered working out and lifting weights and things like that. So this set of core exercises here was almost like going back to the roots a little bit. Especially while I was feeling terrible from that booster. Yeah, so just, it just gets me thinking. Not, I don't regret having these skills, ready to go at the drop of a hat. But it just makes you think about how much time you spent into perfecting those skills and improving those skills, and aiming towards mastery of those skills. And how after a while you may not be using them, or may not, you could never use them again. Could be something so specialized that it is only used in the rarest of occasions. So it was an interesting thought with that regard for myself. But man, I'll tell you what, some of these exercises absolutely killed me. It's like returning to my roots, but for 10 minutes, this nostalgia felt really good doing some of these exercises, and then, man, after that 10 minutes was up, I just couldn't wait for it to be over. Our workouts are probably, if I go in list of what I enjoy training now, or maybe if I go what I don't enjoy training. So at the top of that list would be shoulders. I hate training shoulders. Obviously, links to cricket again. I've got bad shoulders from cricket. Not bad shoulders, but delicate shoulders from cricket, let's say. So every time I train shoulders, they cane for a few days, and always sore. So I hate training shoulders, and then abs would probably be second on that list. It's just uncomfortable, and it's one of those things where you can train them all you want as well, and you won't see results unless you have low body fat anyway. But as I said, I want to be as well rounded as possible, so I will continue to do it. It's nothing for aesthetic reasons at all. It is purely just to be as well rounded as I can possibly be. Interesting note, the other day when I was doing the now I found out was sit-ups with a Russian twist. A bloke commented, I think it's a bloke commented the risks of doing Russian twists for your back and things like that, which I really appreciate. If you have any more suggestions, feel free to let me know. If you see me doing something wrong, I'm more than happy to be corrected and things like that. I don't want to be doing things in the wrong form or the wrong manner, or something that could compromise my health later on. Obviously, I'm just an enthusiast in exercising and things like that, so sometimes I'm not always 100% on form. So I do appreciate that, and if there are good ideas that I can find and I can follow, that have a good rationale and some good evidence towards the benefit of anything suggested, I'll try it at least once. I'm going to try something at least once and see how I feel. But look, that's probably going to be all my thoughts today. A little bit nostalgic, looking at some photos of myself back in the day and going back to some of those exercises I used to do, and thinking about my life as a junior cricketer, and the skills that I developed there that I don't use too much anymore. But I think it's just amazing how that muscle memory is, that mind-muscle connection is there, and it's firing, and it's amazing what the human body can do. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bring back that death roller, the ab roller tomorrow, and cheers. Have a good one.